Most people think they have a speaking problem. I don't. I believe most people have an expression problem. Every day, millions of people hold back ideas, opinions, stories, building relationships. They miss opportunities and promotions. They hold back on their dreams because they don't feel comfortable expressing themselves. The cost of not finding your voice is much higher than people think. When you're not expressing yourself, your ideas stay invisible, your confidence decreases, people misunderstand you. You miss the opportunity to have visibility online and build your personal brand and magnetize people towards your business. And ultimately, you disconnect from who you really are. And perhaps the biggest tragedy is you start living a life governed by fear versus then your truth, your point of view, your conviction, and your courage. So finding your voice is not about being more visible and famous. It's about being fully expressed and taking space. For the past 15 years, I've coached hundreds of professionals, leaders, executives, CEOs, you name it. And I've noticed something surprising. Most of them were highly intelligent, educated, and clear on what they wanted to say. Yet when the moment arrived for them to give a keynote, to do a town hall meeting, to speak on a podcast, and the pressure was high because all eyes and media were on them, they shrank, they froze, they were self-censoring, they were holding back, and they were performing. What I learned from coaching people and being myself a student of public speaking, psychology, neuroscience, acting, and voice work is that finding your voice has very little to do with learning tricks and has everything to do with removing the things that block your natural expression. So for today's video, I want to share with you 3 important practices that if you are to implement, you will get closer and closer and closer to unlock your true self-expression and voice. Keep in mind these 3 words: nervous system, masks, and permission. Let's break it down. The first pillar. Your nervous system governs the way you are being received by your audience. When you are opening your mouth and people hear the sound of your voice, not the meaning of your words, but the sound of your voice, they get to hear either your confident, sure, authentic, clear self, or a voice that is shaky, not so sure, hesitating, or maybe quiet, having a low volume. Very often, when we are not in a good state, when the mind is not clear and the intention is not clear, the voice is not able to sustain the thought. So start to regulate your state. You want to have a good state. And Tony Robbins speaks so much about it. So breathe for 4, exhale for 6. In order to command your nervous system that you are safe. Now, breath and breathing in general is not the magic pill to finding your voice and speaking well, but is the password to regulating your state and bringing back calm. Because our minds are overly stimulated by social media, by too many open tabs on our computer, by too many WhatsApp messages, by too many phone calls, by being in traffic, by watching Netflix. Right? So being calm is the prerequisite that you need to have in order to be heard, understood, and well received, right? So that's nervous system. Let's move to removing the masks that we are all putting on, myself included, in order to adapt, survive, and belong to a certain environment. Many people don't know their true voice because they spend years adapting, becoming the good girl, the good guy, the good husband, the good leader that everybody likes and follows, the person who everybody expects them to be. The problem with that is that the more we adapt to be someone who we are not, the more we self-abandon. So let's start right now with a simple exercise that I invite you to do daily. Let's take the phrase, complete this phrase. I wish more people understood that, and just start speaking for a minute. Don't try to sound smart. Don't try to overcomplicate things. Simply speak for 1 minute, completing this phrase, because your authentic voice appears before you self-censor, before your inner critic kicks in. And after speaking about the nervous system and masks, I want to speak with you about the power of improv and giving yourself permission to be self-expressed. Now, most people think that finding your voice and being confident is all about strategies and thinking about how to appear and be confident through body language. Though body language has its own role in coming across confident and helping you to be you, confidence comes from competence. And competence comes from having a point of view that you've rehearsed and shared and spoken on social media, in meetings, with your friends, during dinner. And all the feedback that you receive, the professional validation that you receive, gives you a sense of your competence. And that competence gives you the confidence to believe more and more and more in your thoughts and in the way you are sharing your thoughts. So rather than hiding your voice and being weak, you want to really have the courage to put yourself forward, get feedback, and get stronger day by day. One safe way to do this is at home. Take different topics. Take this one for now. For example, what do I truly believe about life? And speak for 1 minute about what do you truly believe about life, or your life, or health, or investments, or money, or relationships, or marriage, or the environment, or sustainability. You get the point. Infinite things to talk about. Record yourself for 1 minute and then watch. Are you true? Are you real? Are you censoring yourself? So the more you start with this practice, you start to form new neural connections, because that's what happens when we do improv. I've done improv for 6 years, and it helped me make mistakes, observe myself, and with every day, with every practice, be a bit more brave and courageous as I was doing improv. So answering questions on your phone, doing improv, if you have improv theaters in the city, in the place where you live, will allow you to give yourself permission to be, right? You are in the world already. And for most of you, your voice is not, because you are hiding behind, what if I make a mistake? What if I'm not accepted? What if they reject me? Give yourself permission to be and adapt yourself, get feedback, and watch magic unfolding. If there is one thing I would like you to take from this video, is this. Your voice is not something you create. Your voice is something you uncover. The goal is not to become someone else or to be like somebody. The goal is to remove the fear, self-doubt, conditioning that was sitting on top of who you already are. So if you were to take at least one action, it would be this. Record yourself on camera by answering to this question as well. What is something I know deeply, but rarely I talk about? Record it, watch it, and listen, because your voice may already be there, waiting for your permission.